Alright, this is the Case track loader, the 420C. Basically we're going to check on this one first. I usually check my fuel, which you're going to go by the gauge on the inside of the cab. That's where our fuel level's at. Make sure you take the key, and when you get done checking the fuel, make sure you pull the key out and make sure you don't leave it on the accessory position.
Like right now.
Basically now we're going to go check our fluids. In the back of this machine, you lift up your hood. There's a handle right here that unlocks it. You pull it open, you get to everything you need to check. Go ahead and start here. This is your engine oil. This one's a little bit different than the 40 XTs. Basically your oil needs to be right there to the top of the marker. You're full. What you can do while you're over in this area is got your hydraulic sight glass. It needs to be halfway on the marker. If you need to put any more hydraulic fluid in this, it runs off a 10W30 Avalon. Once we've checked that, make sure it's in the right position. If you need to put any in it as well on the hydraulic fluid, it's on the left side. And the fuel cap's on the right. This is the radiator. I absolutely do not recommend checking this without putting a rag over it, or if it's really hot, they will spray if they're hot. It's like a car. You can see that it's full of fluid. Go ahead and put this back on. Right. Next we're going to go over here and check the air filter.
They're on this bottom drawer.
Pull it out and check the pre-filter and the outer filter. Check for any kind of damage, any holes. Good, we'll put it back in.
I got pins of it.
Make sure you can see daylight through the filter. Give it a couple taps. Make sure you get this put back on and make sure it's fully locked in. After checking our air filter, we're pretty much done in the rear end of this machine. Shut all this back up. Next what we're going to do is we're going to grease it. This one we'll go ahead and start from the front and work our way back. Go ahead and grease your top cylinders. Also got a couple down here you need to hit. There's 3 just in this little area alone. One tucked up underneath here. grease finish on this machine. That should be everything on the 420C track loader. The only thing else you can possibly do would be probably to check your operation. What you want to do when you're checking your controls. Next thing is track tension. Make sure your tracks are tensioned correctly. Make sure they're not torn or worn. These tracks are not cheap, so we try and make them last as long as we can. If you need to adjust the track tension, behind this plate there's a grease zerk. You're going to grease it up, and that'll tension the track. You want to visually inspect your rollers. Make sure you don't have anything stuck in them. I mean, a little bit of dirt and rock's not going to hurt anything because, I mean, these things are prone for sucking it in. But that's pretty much it. If you see any obstruction or anything that you think may be causing damage to the track, you probably need to clean some of it out. But most of the times, we just leave it in there. So it'll eventually push its way out. And that's pretty much it. The track loader.